Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly tarot card reading today. Let's talk about your Sag. Let's see what's going on this week. Let's get ahead of the energy. Let's see what you can anticipate. Let's see what's going on. Well, we have a little peace. All right, this is all about being at peace. Very zen feeling, not letting things bother you, shaking things off, shrugging things off. Could be being at peace with something that's happened or about to happen. Let's find out. Let's see where Spirit wants you to focus this week. Where do you want Sag to focus? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. You know what? With Mars entering Aries this week on the 9th, especially for us Saggies in our 5th house, there's going to be a lot of creative endeavors, a lot of ideas, a lot of passionate energy, right? Mars is a very go-getter, impulsive, let's make things happen. So there is a very creative energy this week, Sag. You'll be feeling that. The Eight of Pentacles is what Spirit wants you to avoid or spend less time doing. And what do you need to know? What's being hidden or what's coming to light? Well, there it is, the Ace of Swords. Some kind of a breakthrough, epiphany, realization, and understanding. Well, hello, devil. We don't want this devil in our reading today. Whoa. Whoa! 3 aces. 1, 1, 1. 3 aces is very successful. There's some kind of fresh start and new beginning here happening that's going to be very positive for you. Let's find out. Let's see what this temptation is, or maybe you're overcoming this devil, or maybe you're just dealing with the Capricorn. Let's find out. What's the Ace of Wands? What's, yeah, look at all these aces, Sag. What's going on? You definitely, the struggles are, well, what's up, Empress? Hello. Oh, damn, Sag. Look how you presenting this week. The Empress energy and the Knight of Pentacles talk about, as you know, if you watch me, this is my Destiny's Child, independent woman combination. It doesn't come through very often, but actually has been coming through quite a bit these last few months. So a lot of independent women. If you're a dude, you're just an independent man. It don't matter. The struggles are kind of coming to an end. This is an element where this week they want you to focus on solutions for your challenges. There is a fresh start coming through. I'll see if they narrow it down or keep it general. Sometimes, well, sometimes they keep it general, baby. Sometimes they narrow it down. 2 Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. You're really thinking and wondering. There are some challenges here with that 5 of Wands. And this is the week they want you to focus on solutions, getting creative, thinking outside the box. What's your passion? What's the 5 of Wands? What aspect of life are we referring to? Are you going to narrow it down, or are you going to keep it, say, a general? 6 of Swords. Okay, well, they kept it general. This is leaving them behind. Whoa. Sag, your struggles are coming to an end. Whoa, hello, 6 of Cups. Look at this. Okay. So this is the week where you're actually going to get your breakthrough. This is the week where you're going to figure it out. So if you've been trying to overcome a problem, you've had a barrier, a hurdle, a challenge, something getting in your way and just making life more difficult than it needs to be, baby. This is the week that will dissipate. You will eliminate that. You will move beyond that. That comes to an end. There's some kind of life cycles, life lesson being mastered here. So they want you to continue to focus on creative solutions, because this is the week and that's what comes to light. Is your breakthrough, your truth, your realization, your solution. All right, so it sounds like a good week shaping up for you, Sag, and they want you to continue to focus on those solutions. Okay, now the 8 of Pentacles here is what they want you to avoid or spend less time doing. I say, what does it all mean? We're good. The 6 of Pentacles. Huh. Okay. This is, they want you to spend less time, I'm going to say, worrying about, there's 2 messages here, Sag. Some of you, it could be money. There could be some money challenges, money worries here. They definitely want you to spend less time focusing on worrying about money and more time like earning money. But if it's not dollar signs, dollar, then this is going to represent spending less time being at peace with selfish people, ignorant people, takers, the people who you offer to help. You give them an inch, they'll take 10,000 miles. I will walk 10,000 miles. Yeah, there's the unreliable people. So take it which way it resonates for you. For many of you, I actually think it's money more so than people. But for some of you, there could be people getting in the way, causing challenges, causing problems. And they want you to spend less time focusing or worrying about them this week. Worry about your problems and solutions to your problems. That's basically what I see here. Because what you don't see or what's coming to light or what's being hidden here is your breakthrough, your truth, your realization, your solution. The light bulb goes off this week for the Sagittarius collective. You figure this shit out, baby. Alright, let's just see what else they want to say about that. Yeah, no more going back and forth. You know exactly what you gotta do. You know exactly what you gotta do. So you're gonna have a big breakthrough this week, Sag. You're gonna find your solution. You're gonna figure it out. There won't be any more going back and forth You know exactly what you need to do, how you got to move forward. There's confidence, knowing how you feel about the situation, and there's your peace. So that's a good week. This week is shaping up to be beautiful. Let's see and get into the general energy. So get ready for solutions, get ready for breakthroughs. Again, with Mars and Aries, right? A very creative energy, a very driven energy. Could be very impulsive, and if Mars is weak in your natal chart, there could be some challenges, you know, maybe with impulsivity or other people, but let's not focus on those little microcosms. Let's focus on the macrocosm, which is a lot of solutions and breakthroughs this week. So let's talk about it. Let's do the general spread. What's this energy? What's coming towards Sag? How does this breakthrough happen? How do they come up with this creative solution? Well, this Ace of Swords is following us around. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. We got 2 cards in our general spread. Oh, dear. Oh. Okay. Whenever I see this Death card, yeah, there's the 4 of Cups. This Death card is, you're realizing that you do have choices and options, Sag. My instinct and my intuition when I saw this was an element where, you know, sometimes we make things out to be a bigger deal than they are. They're stressing us out more than they need to be, or we're letting it get the best of us. It happens to all of us, and that's what this Death is to me, right? It's like Oz. This guy's arm's really small, so this dude is not that big, but look at how big it is. So she's making something out to be bigger than it is. She's making it a big deal. She's worried about it. She's stressed about it. It's become this big cloud in her life. But the second she rips the Band-Aid off or she tears the curtain open, she's like, oh shit, this wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Look at this guy. This guy's 5 feet. I thought he was going to be 20 feet monster, man. So it's like you realize what your choices are. You realize that you have choices. You've realized what those choices are. But I also feel with the Ace of Swords is you've realized how you feel. What I'm not understanding is how does this realization go down? How does Sag realize this and come to this conclusion, come with this solution? What's going on? The High Priestess is over here. Oh, that one fell on the floor. Hold on. Cards are flying everywhere. Oh, happy Easter for everyone who's celebrating Easter today. If you guys are doing your Easter egg hunt, my kid's 17, so we don't do egg hunts anymore. It's kind of sad, but I hope you guys are enjoying your egg hunts this morning. I have some very religious people that live across the street in my new house, and they got it set up outside, and they have like 8 kids, so there's all these kids outside right now. It's like about 7 in the morning right now, and they're all like running around doing their egg hunt. I really enjoy, seeing the kids so happy. So happy Easter, guys. May Christ consciousness ever be with you. Okay, so how did this come to be as your intuition and your drive? It's an element of releasing control. Both of these cards have this beautiful gift of going with the flow. There's moving forward. There's moving forward. So it's just you. You're creating this. It's not something outside of yourself. It's not something coming in. It's not someone giving you an idea. It's you, Sag, trusting your intuition, going with the flow, ready to move forward. It's kind of like that element where you ever get to that point where you're like, just fuck it. Just fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna see what happens. Let's just fuck it. And that's the attitude and the energy I feel here. You're just gonna do it. You're just gonna figure this shit out, and you do. And well, so what does Sag do? So what does Sag do? Now they have this solution. They know what they got to do. They're gonna think. They're gonna think long and hard about the past. What the hell? This is what you're gonna do? Why are you gonna give the past so much attention? Because you got to learn from that. There's a lesson there. What's the lesson? That's what they want you to do. Instead of the lesson, excuse me, my throat chakra's got clogged, little frog in the throat, ribbit. There's a lesson here, Sag, and once you realize the lesson, everything comes through, everything comes to light, right? Once you realize, okay, well maybe this lesson will help you come to this truth, this realization, get this breakthrough. What's the lesson from the past? What was it teaching Sag? How to get real serious. The most successful people in life, right? The millionaires, the billionaires, I don't know, the trillionaires. I heard Elon Musk is now worth a couple $100 billion. That's insane. But the most successful people in life, they don't give up, Sag. And that's what they don't want you to do, is they don't want you to give up. They want you to know how resilient you are, how strong you are, how intelligent you are. The Queen of Swords is one of the most intelligent queens in the deck. She's very smart. She's very strong. She's very ethical. But she's mad. She uses her pain and her anger as motivation instead of letting it hold her back. And that's what this is using these challenges, these barriers, these difficult times as motivation. It's teaching you how resilient you are, how strong you are, how smart you are, but most of all, how to let go of what you can't control, what you can't change, right? And just focus on solutions. It's teaching you a little bit of discipline of the mind, but I also feel it's teaching you the ability to stay focused when distracted. You got all these challenges, you got all these problems, you got all this shit going on, but let's say this is your bills, you got money to pay, you got no job, what are you going to do, right? You can let these distractions sidetrack you and you can get absolutely nothing done, or you can get focused, you can get down to business, you can create a plan, you can look at your options, look at the choices and start pursuing them. And that's basically what this has taught you, is instead of taking a back seat and letting things happen, it's teaching you to be the emperor, get into that Mars energy, and make things happen. So the only people who get what they want in life don't give up, and the fact is you only fail when you stop trying, and this is teaching you not to stop trying, to find other ways, to find solutions, and to look at things from a higher perspective. So it's basically teaching you how resilient you are and how smart you are, Sag. Saggies are the most resourceful sign. I say it all the time, baby. But this is the week of breakthroughs. Get ready for that, darling. Okay, so before we jump back into the tarot, I know you didn't see this, but over here I just threw this card over, so I'm just going to grab it because, well, I always feel like that happens for a reason. But we have a little healer energy here. So we got some earth angels. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to help share it with others. All right, so then what does Sag need to surrender to this week? What does Sagittarius need to surrender to this week? Surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything that you can to achieve your goal, turn the situation to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. Low self-esteem. I say, what, Sag? We need to get rid of this, baby. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. I want to grab this shadow cards today, and then we'll jump back into the tarot. What's the shadow? What's the shadow that's coming out? What's Sag facing here? What is the shadow? Be here now. Yeah, Zay teachings, darling. Balance productivity with self-care and mindfulness to savor the moment. That Seven of Wands energy. Okay, so let's get back into the tarot here. If I can find my tarot deck, let's do it, and let's see what other messages need to come through, Sag. Let's see what else you need to know, what else is coming towards you, what else Spirit wants to say. Spirit guides, what else you want to say to Sag for this week? What else does Sag need to know, need to be aware of, need to hear? Is that the King of Swords? That is. We have the King and the Queen of Swords. I feel they're both you. This is a wheel of hunkering, This is a week of hunkering down. So there's the Four of Cups. Sag, whatever you're doing, I do feel, what's this? What happened? There it is. Okay. They're reminding you that every disappointment, every door closes, another door opens. Every delay, every failure, every stepping stone, everything that doesn't come our way can teach us something, a valuable lesson, a value experience, teach us a skill, understanding ourselves, someone else. And I really want you to focus on that, because what I see here is I know that there's an element of disappointment, and I know that they want you to be at peace with that, because that disappointment was I'm going to say even a karmic contract, a soul contract. You needed to go through that in order to gain that skill to create the success, because what's coming towards you is the Ten of Pentacles. And the choices you make this week, the Four of Cups, the choices you make this week are going to be bringing in the Ten of Pentacles, which is beautiful for those of you where I feel a lot of you, it was revolving around finances and money. It doesn't have to, though. It can revolve around different aspects. However, if it's family or friends or relationships, this is 10 plus years. This is a legacy. This is reputation. This is family. This is relationships. This is loyalty. So really hunkering down this week, creating your plan, not letting your thoughts get the best of you, letting go of those disappointments and learning from them and becoming the master of your mind. The Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords is a master. This is the card of mastery, and this is the card of your mind. So it's not worrying and it's trusting. The choice you make is going to bring in prosperity and abundance. The choice you make is going to bring in peace and balance. So they want you to use this as motivation and appreciate it because it made you stronger, it made you smarter, it made you wiser. This is my Christina Aguilera fighter song, but ooh, what's the tower? What's the tower, Saji? What's the tower? A big change in your money. Page of Cups is in reverse, though. You don't think it's going to happen. Okay, this is balancing your minds with your actions, Sag. So whatever we are talking about today, I do feel it's your money, okay? I'm going to go on that because I feel that that's where they're directing here, especially with this final message. This was in reverse. I flipped it up. There's a big change coming in your money. but you don't think it's going to happen. So it's like you're trying to find a job, you're trying to start a business, you're trying to sell these products, but you're not thinking it's going to happen. You're thinking, is it going to happen? I don't think it's going to happen. Am I going to get where I want to go? I don't think I'm going to get where I want to go, and you're stressing yourself out and limiting your potential. Act with passion, act with intention, and act with conscious thought. I'm going to get out of this situation. I'm going to be making the right decisions to make myself stable financially. I'm not going to let my emotions make me feel bad, make me doubt myself, make me question myself. I know that what I learned is preparing me for success that's coming through, and I'm not going to limit my potential. I'm going to take action because that's going to bring happiness. Take action this week, Sag. Be confident in the ideas and the creative juices that come through. Focus on solutions, because whatever this is the week you're going to get a really big breakthrough, and it's going to create a lot of abundance for you. So it's going to turn out beautifully, but I don't feel like if you're in this energy right now, you're like, whatever, Robin, as if it's going to change. It will, but it's going to change because of your conscious thought change. All right, anything else you want to say? Page of Swords is in reverse. Who's Page of Swords in reverse? Don't waste your time on things that don't produce value. Right? Don't waste time on things that don't produce value. Making the best decision for yourself. You got a thought coming in telling you you're not going to get out of the situation, things aren't going to be better. You're going to... Sorry guys, I think my camera moved. What the hell's going on? I'm sorry guys, I'm going to have to adjust that. How did that happen? Did it move throughout the reading? Holy shit, sorry about that guys. I will definitely look at that. Either way, they want you to focus on solutions and making the best decision for you. So when those negative thoughts come in, those doubts creep in, those worries creep in, acknowledge them, but don't give them attention and don't let them be your focus. Say, this time's going to be different. I'm going to get what I want. Believe it, know it, and you will. So, Sag, that's what I got. That's what's up. That's what's going on. A very driven week, a week of action and breakthroughs, but a week where you create this change through you and your choices and your actions. There's nothing happening outside of you this week that I see. This is all about you and coming up with solutions. So, Sag, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and if you did, and if you like my style, as per usual, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe, hype the reading, helps my channel to grow, helps other Saggies get the readings. So thank you, Sagittarius. I always appreciate your support. And guys, I am open for personal readings, so if you want one of those, the link is in the description box and pinned in the comment section. And Sag, let's close your reading off this week with your yes or no question. Yes or no? What's the answer for Sag? Yes. Or, it says, well, Sagittarius, why are you asking me? Because you got all the answers inside of you, baby. I will see if they'll give us a yes or no, but you have all the answers inside. That's what I'm guided to say. All right, let's try again. Give us an answer. We want an answer. Yes or no. What do we got? Oh, it's very doubtful. Okay, Sag, I truly wish you the best of luck. Until next time.